Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a uh, delayed start, but nonetheless a start to flying with Mike today. Hope you enjoyed the 3-day weekend, those of you here in the States. For the rest of you, if you know, it is what it is. You all have your holidays, we don't get. But anyway, folks, I hope you all enjoyed. Today's flight is in the Citation 10. It's default with X-Plane 12. Now, X-Plane 12 that we're flying in is version 1.0 beta 4. So I haven't heard anything that it's moved into a new beta, didn't fire it up when I fired up. So we're assuming, and I know the word assume, all is well and we're still in beta 4. But I hope you all enjoy. We're going to do a rather 1,100-mile flight in this from um, uh, Westchester County Airport, which is actually in Connecticut, outside New York City, up to Winnipeg, Manitoba. And a few people in my house ask, why are we going to Manitoba? I said, why not? It's actually warmer there. It's not a place I'd like to visit in the wintertime, but maybe in the summertime it'd be pretty neat to see. So we're going to head up there with the Citation 10. So I hope you all enjoy the flight, and let's get into the pre-flight, get up in the cockpit here and start refamiliarizing ourselves. It's been about a month since we've flown this plane. So let's just kind of look it over. Now, I've already gotten rid of the yolks, so it makes things a little easier in here to see. All right, and we're just going to get right into it. Let's do our normal Sim Toolkit warm up here, bringing it in and getting things ready to go. If everything comes together as I hope, we'll come online and fly this out on VATSIM. Currently, frame rates are looking pretty good. All right, so loadout for today, a whole whopping 6 people. But in this plane, folks, that's actually pretty good load. 1,630 pounds of payload. We're putting on about 7,059 pounds of fuel and looking like a beautiful run from GAYEL, Q818 to WOZEE, Q917 to UFLOTO, LOTO, to SSM, Sault Ste. Marie, if I remember that right, YQT, and then GOVIT onto the NORAC for arrival. Mach 0.86 is what it says. That's what we'll try and maintain. And we're only going to get up to 43,000 today. Normally we cruise up in the mid 40s. We'll call that mid 40s. Low to mid. How about that? Weather actually a lot better here of late. All right, sorry about that, folks. Didn't want to yawn in your ears. 290 at 14 with gusts to 240 at 14, gusts to 19. Let me get it right. 10 miles visibility and a few clouds to bother us, around 4,800 feet. So beautiful ride out here. We are going to take the longer, I believe, of the two runways. We'll double check. 3-4. Over in Winnipeg, we got a bit of a northwesterly wind at 11 knots, gusting to 17. We got an overcast sky. Now that we start wondering about 2,000, still way above most instrument approach minimums, but we start getting a little concerned at 2,000. Might want to start looking at some forecast maps, see what's going to be there. And with the temperature at 11 degrees, folks, that also, while still probably not in an icing condition, begins to make us start to wonder. 10 degrees and below, we actually do believe in getting stuff ready. Man, all of a sudden I go live and the yawns just come on. I must be that boring to myself. All right, so there's our plan of attack for today, folks. As you can see, New York approach is up. LaGuardia and JFK appear to have some kind of information out there. We are actually, I believe, in Boston. We'll find out when we come online. All right, so let's get back into Cockpit here. And let's get ready to tear this thing up and head on out of here. If by chance you miss anything in these pre-briefs and all, check us out on YouTube. I'll have this video up there here sometime today or tomorrow. So tomorrow's flight could be delayed as well. We'll kind of see. There's some things working in the background here, flying with Mike, that are being tended to, and we'll see how the start time goes. All right, so everyone should be back here. Let's get into the pre-flight and get this thing going. We got our takeoff briefing. Gear lever is down 3 green. Fuel boost pumps. All right, we're going to kind of use my quick keys here, get us into better positions. Fuel boost pumps need to be in the off position. They look like they are. Same with ignition. Battery 1 and 2. Oh, I don't have battery 2 on. Are on. I'm also currently on external power. All right, and I have our avionics and ECAS on, mainly so I can put the flight plan in. Okay. We're intending our passengers to be here in about 10 or 15 minutes. So why don't I go ahead, head over here. We'll turn off avionics for now. We'll head over, crank up the APU, turn the master switch on, generator on, and start. Hey, there she goes. Had it muted, sorry folks. We'll let her wind up and then we'll turn it down. DB better. Is this? Yes, it is the infamous X-plane default Citation 10. All right, let me turn this down a little. Even though once we close the door, that will help. You know, I was hesitant to try it too. It's a little complicated, but we got through it. It really isn't as bad as it looks. Let's go ahead and get the packs on so we can start chilling the aircraft down a little bit. Make sure the generator came on, and it did. And we'll get the bleed on. All right. So it's really that simple, folks, to get the APU fired up. Now, let's come back here. Oop, get to the right key. Let's see here. We're going to come off that, put that back on. Radios. For now, they're set where I want them. Autopilot, oxygen, fuel, flight plan. Okay. Nice thing about this, autopilot is up here now. Okay. Now we're not working down here, although there is some of it down here. Your course, your heading, your altitude selects, all of that is down here. Your inertial navigation system would be down here if modeled, and so forth. So a lot of things would be down here. It's just thankfully either not included or not part of the plane. All right, so fuel. Pound, we got the fuel loaded, warning tests. Let's do that warning test. That's kind of fun. Don't know if we're going to be able to see it all. Well, we'll try. Landing gear. Fire warning. Okay. Thrust reversers. Okay. Flaps. Okay, the angle of attack, that kind of sounded wimpy, but hey, who am I? All right, let's get this flight plan loaded, folks. Now, this is where it's kind of tricky. Do this, we'll load off the GPS. All right, loaded. All right, so we're originating in Heppen. Destination CYWG. Double check that. CYWG. All right. Okay, so let's look for it. HP, there it is. All right, so here's our flight plan, folks. GAYEL, Michelin, we're going to just kind of look at it here. Stomp, Buffy, CFB. Okay, we can only do a couple at a time. VFB, CFB. View. Hang on, moving on down. As we move it on up, Kaylee, Wolves, Hoser. Oh, there's a whole bunch right here. Hang on. All right. So CFSKX, Pisca. Whoa, 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 I went too far. Sorry, folks. Pisca, okay. Pepla. And then Dutel. All right. Mustet, CP. Okay. ULUTO. Kind of like Pluto with a U. Then Sault Ste. Marie. Thunder Bay, I think, is UQT. GOVIT. GOVIT for the governor. And then our arrival. Noric Nursip Inn. All right. All looks good, folks, to be totally honest with you. Okay, so let's go back to flight plan. All right, now here's where it gets a little on the tricky side. Let's go to nav, departure. Now we're going to, hang on, we're going to go ahead. We need to pull in charts. Hang on. There's a lot to talk about here in the NavGraph world. If y'all haven't gotten the email, spoiler alert, it will be coming. But there is a lot. The performance takeoff landing information has entered SimBrief. Sorry, folks. Needed a little liquid. And we'll talk about it here shortly, once we get airborne and clear of ATC. All right, so let's look here. Okay, we're parked here. We're going to use runway 34. Which appears to be the longest, so we'll just taxi down Alpha for the runway. Okay, so 34 is a good selection. Departures. We will use charts to a degree to see if there is a good departure. Now, technically, we could use the Heppen 8. Let's see how that looks. I don't know if that would really work for us. Mainly the part that we're worried about would be, actually it does, GAYEL. This right here, At 1,000 feet, turn to 295, vectors on out to GAYEL. So technically we would go continue into Boston and then hang a left to GAYEL. All right, so this would be of interest for you. 3,000 is our top altitude. We'll get that set here momentarily. And 3-4 climb, 343 to 1,000, then a climbing left turn up to 3,000 on a 295. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and stuff it in there and activate. What that's going to do is make the airplane show it on the chart here. So on the nav display, which yes, you can pull out. Oh yeah, perfect. You can see it right there. So we'll shoot to the north, 295, direct GAYEL, well, 295, then direct. So we'll do our best. Okay, and then one more time. And then we'll direct GAYEL. So we'll use the direct GAYEL to get us there. All right, pretty simple. That's set. Now, we've done the warning test. Let's get our performance. Let's do our initialization first. It's good. Initial climb. Let's just put it in there. 4, 3. That was correct. Hang on, folks. You're getting to see some of the things I do with this. All right. 43. Okay, so that's initial. Fuel, we'll put that number in there. Let's see if I can just click it. Good. All right, now we're on the takeoff. Okay, so we'll go boom, boom. That all looks good. Takeoff. Dry or wet will be dry. All right, now a little introduction, but not much, into this lovely foray. And I'm going to use Sim Toolkit only because I have SimBrief tied to it and it's real easy. I don't have to go out, set the browser up, and all of that good fun stuff. All right, so with Sim Toolkit, now you're not going to be able to see anything over there. We're going to bring SimBrief up. Let it reload. All right. Let's view the flight plan. Okay, everything looks good, right? Okay, well, let's drop down to runway analysis. Show details. That's right, folks. We're planning. Temperature 24, winds, this, that, the other. Flap 15. We're looking at V1 of 116, 120, 128. And I hope I read that right. If not, let's just... Okay, so there you have it. So it has entered, it's giving us numbers. Now, granted, you're not seeing that. Now, one other thing you can do here, folks. $30,389. The only downside to going this route, you can come down to here, pick your animal you're using. Now I found the weather doesn't seem to populate it correctly, but you can get that again real simple. Oh, we have, oh, I didn't know they had that. Okay. Hang on a second. What are we looking for? Winds 300 at 12. Two, 4. And the pressure here, 29. Runway's dry. Why won't it give me the runway like it did earlier? Well, I am kinda. There we go. I guess I have to select it. I didn't have to do that before. All right, so there we go. Now the calculate button's highlighted, then you get this. More importantly, you get this neat little graphic. You've seen this before, TOLUS, and it's giving us where we're going to fall with V1 rotating here, V2 here, leaving us a margin of 4,100 feet, showing you on the runway. I think this is outstanding. Here's your windsock. So really, folks, looking really good. Although I think the windsock's backwards. Or is it? Huh. Don't know. Something doesn't look right here. But anyway, 303 at 12 and all of that good fun stuff. All right, so that's part of this new tool. We might run the video in flight. We'll see. We ran another one about 1.0 a couple flights ago. We might delve into this. All right, but here you go again. Takeoff limits. Flaps 15, that's the question being asked, and that'll be what we should see. All right, so let's pull Sim Toolkit away. So we're going to go flaps 15, confirm. I'd like to get the wind in here, if it's already not in here. I don't see where we can add it. Well, I'm gonna try something. Let's, you know, it's what we're here for. 300, diagonal, 12. Ah, it's putting in our crosswinds and all. It didn't take it though. And that looks like the numbers, folks, so we'll clear it off. 116, 120, 128. I'm just going to look at Sim Toolkit here. 116, 120, 128. Boom, folks. We are ready to go here. Over on the other one, hang on a second. Let's set this one to flight plan, and then we can do our direct if we need to. All right. So there you have it, folks. Little taste of what we're going to talk about a little later as we get into the air. All right. So that gets our pre-flight pretty well done. What did I just click? That's what I clicked somehow. I don't know how, but somehow I clicked. Would you stop it? All right, let me quit clicking things. All right, folks, welcome in. Let's get this flight underway. All right, final checks here in the cockpit before startup. Altimeter needs to be set right here. Baro set to 2973. We will verify, of course. 2973. And minimums 400. Well, let's go to Barrow. All right, so we have it set 400 feet above the pressure here at the airport, or here, which it's not set for. And now we got to reset. So that's kind of a bummer. All right, so the little things we're learning here, folks. 820, we'll leave it just like that because we found out if we touch it, it breaks. Oops, wrong one. All right, get the right buttons yet, folks. Hope you're enjoying. It is not meant for comedy, folks, but it's sure seeming to turn into that. The day we're having, that's actually not a bad thing to have a little comedy. All right, so let's get this little firecracker lit up. Doors, windows, we need to get them closed. Seatbelt signs. All right, so our passenger just got on board. Take a look outside here real quick. Let you all see the plane. Now this is actually a livery I found just doing a Google search. There are, of course, in the GA world, really not many paint schemes out there for these aircraft. So we just found it and added it. The only downside to it, it doesn't say Citation 10 here. That's every Citation 10, watch it have been the same one I've always seen, had Citation 10 on the engine. So, but I just kind of like this one overall. Give you a quick down and dirty. There's our cabin, folks. Really a nice looking cabin. I mean, it's probably, if I had the kind of money to afford this, not the way I'd like the seats to be, but you know, not bad overall. And again, not, nothing real ostentatious about it, except we don't have Austin in the back seat there. But it's just nice back there. I like the fact they did it, made the took time to give us a cabin, and it really looks nice. All right, I think that's enough spent there. Doors closed, windows closed, seatbelt signs. Right here, we'll go to on. Okay, anti-ice right now, ground rec on. And brakes are set. And we need to do a couple steps here. I'm looking. It did not start it yet. Okay, we got the 8 cars running. Let me do a quick. Oh, everyone decided they want to play. A lot of traffic up too. Okay, real quick check of the before we go on. Now, when I checked prior, our frame rates, okay, they're still in the 60s. Okay. All right, let's give it a show, guys. EJA 572. C 750. Wow. That, oh, that's our PDs. Wow, they had that waiting for me to come up. Whoa. Okay, hang on here. What do we got? The big number 30. 3055. Okay, that's set. Okay, call sign equipment. Okay, depart. Okay, route. Cool. They're not putting that departure on us. Altitude 430. Okay, remarks cleared. Happen 8. Okay. Maintain 3000. We'll get that set. 430, 10 minutes afterwards. Okay. What's departure with? Aha. Okay. Departure frequency 125325. Okay, 125. For taxi. Okay. Okay, over here. Oh, dang it. Oh, we are on center. Okay. Okay, we got the radio set. We're ready to go. Chocks released and ready to start up. We have an ATIS. Okay, I think we're cleared for startup. We don't have to call. So lights are on, brakes, chocks, cut off, speed brake, full forward. Flaps and slats are up. Fuel boost pumps on. Okay, environmental packs off. Bear with me, folks. I'm going to go ahead and silence him for a second. A little too much in my ears. All right, we'll come back to him. All right, we're going to start the right engine first. So, in order to do, wait a minute, I just turned both igniters on, okay. Okay, now, ignition is on normal. Okay, and okay, for these engines, folks, supposedly if I do this, they'll move individually. I have yet to see that happen. So, we'll get one and then we'll get the others to go. All right, so all we do, push the, okay, good. I was going to say, I hope those are lit up. Right-hand engine. And then we'll watch our needles roll up. Appears we're stabilizing. Okay, and we can turn that ignition off. I'm going to go ahead and kick the generator on for the right side. Okay. Now, I told you we've got both throttles up. So all we got to do is push, oh wait, make sure the fuel and the ignition is on. And then we're going to watch it spool here. It'll start dialing up here as soon as we get light off. Again, folks, you would move that engine lever up to the idle spot, and that would then cause the fuel to start. The way it is in my flight sim, at least, I have to do it this way. There she goes, dialing up. Needles are green. Oh, excuse me. All right, and same thing, generator on. Ignition off. Now it says turn the packs back on. All right. Okay, after start, engine gauges are good, left and right. We can turn the hydraulic pump off. APU can come off. Okay, APU bleed is now off and stopped. There it goes. All right. Passenger oxygen looks good. We've got the pressure set right. 4 over to here. Get our on. And let me set my heading here. Don't mind, I'm going to have both because I need to set 3,000. think it was 343. Yes. Okay, I think we're ready for taxi. Three, 4, 3 to 1,000 and 295. All right, and finally, let's get our pitot heats on. Takeoff. All right, kind of concerned. Why? Try something here. All right, we'll hope for the best here. And let me get back on frequency. Oh, I'm just right on it, folks. So we'll see if we stick with them. New York Center, NetJets 572 at Westchester, ready for taxi, runway 34. Okay, NetJets 572 cleared to runway 34 via Alpha, crossing 29, and we got the altimeter. NetJets 572. Taxi lights are right here. Here we go, folks. And yes, folks, aircraft here. Oh, nice to have you there, Hawker. Even though lurking, we love having you aboard. Glad to hear you and see you. Just getting ready to mention, yes, this little airport does get regular airline service. I believe Allegiant, but Avalo is right now one that is coming into St. Louis here. If it's not already, will be soon with direct service. And it would make Hawker happy. They're 737s. All right, let's get this thing ready for takeoff so we can just say ready to go. Pre-takeoff, pitot heats are on, windshield heats on, flaps 15. I think we got to go one more, crossing 29. And one last thing. Okay, flaps are at 15. Bleeds on. New York NetJets 572 ready to go 3-4. Clear for takeoff 3-4, NetJets 572. Lights. All right, let's see how well we can hold this heading. NetJet 572 leveling at 3,000, 295 heading. Direct GAYEL up to 430, NetJet 572. All right, folks, a little quiet here. Okay, I've got to remember what I did before. Oh, I know what I got to do. There we go. Now we're turning on course. Forgot to put it on FMC. I'm trying to figure it out, folks. And like I said, I don't fly it a lot, but, you know, no excuse. All right. Whew, that was fun, folks. All right, folks, we're already through 20,000. I hope I didn't miss anything. A lot can go on very quickly in this plane, folks. All right, so we are headed for 40 Duluth fly. Welcome, howdy, howdy, howdy. Hope you're having a good day. I'm sorry, folks, I keep blowing the screen up. I have a hard time seeing that number right there. All right, folks, let's get a look outside. Hang on a second. You've always wanted to learn. There is a lot to it, Duluth. Even I still have troubles with it, but it's really, if I would fly it more often, it would be super simple. But I only fly it maybe once or twice a month, sometimes once or twice a quarter. It's that bad. So, but yeah, it's a cool plane. There we are, leaving the New York area, folks. Speedy, speedy, speedy plane. Real air crews had to really watch themselves because this aircraft has enough power, folks, to actually push and go supersonic. It's a light airframe with two, well, you saw them, two gigantic engines on the back. Yeah, it's easy for this plane. It's not rated for supersonic flight, but its potential is there to push you could push it to supersonic speeds. So, again, if you want to see what I was talking about, you see you got this nice little airframe, pretty lightweight with two big engines, half the size of the plane almost. So yeah, they can easily push this plane around. So it is a fun little plane to fly. The thing I really like about it, folks, we can do an 1,100-mile flight. I haven't got that up there. Let me get that up there. Right now, we're looking at 2.5 hours. Keep thinking I'm like right on the border, folks, flying this airway up. So I keep thinking they're calling me. I'm just glad to get back up on VATSIM. Just outside the New York City limits there in Westchester. That helps a lot. And the fact we didn't have any really weather. We had a lot of traffic in the area, but not weather. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. And the fact that we got to go on VATSIM made me really happy today. It's been a rough day here in the Flying with Mike house. A lot of things smacking us, around, and just really needed this flight. So, and I am glad to see all of you out there. That sure adds even more to it. So, thank you so much for being a part of Flying with Mike. Just means a lot to me. Give you an idea. We're on the outskirts of New York City's approaches. You got 4 aircraft here. We had 6 at one time. Now, granted, I'm hearing the real guys go, ooh, 6 airplanes going into New York City. Try 60 when we're flying. But, it is what it is, folks. Um, if you were to bring up Sim Aware, we have just left what would be New York approach. And you can see just how close to Boston we are. The airport, I guess, is just this, just on the New York approach side. Well, actually, it would be New York approach no matter what. But center-wise, right on that line. Just like Tampa and Orlando. You know, depending where you're at, depends which center would be able to clear you, if that's all that's available. So it's just kind of always neat to see that. And I don't know if we actually have a weather radar built on this one. Because I know, I'm pretty certain I can't do anything with the tilt. Nope, because this would be my weather radar right here. And, oh well. So we've got a smattering of rain right ahead of us, right below us actually, as well as a little stronger storms out by Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester area. So we'll see if any of that will paint in here. But folks, we're on our way, climbing up to flight level 430. Let's go ahead and get some speed here. And one other thing, folks, about the throttles in here, it is somewhat Airbus-ish, where you're setting notches and then, you know, you work your throttle in between it. But when we go to shut down, your engines come back to here, idle. Then you pull the handles right here up and back to shut them down. Oh, there's a lot of rain over Canada. The Toronto down towards Windsor, but not in the Windsor area, just kind of, yeah. You all know in Canada where it's raining. I'm not even going to try to forecast it. I just know Buffalo, just north and east of it, had some pretty good storms. Something tells me he was trying to say something, thinking he wouldn't be heard. All right. Well, folks, we're hitting to the break, so hope you all enjoy. I'm going to wait till we clear, and then I'm going to use the restroom. And we're going to head up towards Sault Ste. Marie from here. And then over towards Thunder Bay and Winnipeg. All right, we're coming up on top of climb. Now, I think the real aircraft actually has an auto throttle. We don't. The only thing we have is the up and down with the, we manually set the VS. Okay, now we'll watch our speed. We'll settle it on 0.86. Do our best to keep it between there and 0.90. Not 1.0, folks. Sorry, we're not letting off sonic booms. FedEx 135 is what we're passing over, or just past us. Oh no. Yeah, he just crossed our path. He's headed on. Wow. Got, should be coming out of New York here anytime. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed that departure. Yeah, NetJets 572 copies over to Unicom. Thanks for the great ATC. See you. All right. Now, we've talked about it while we're in VAT USA territory. We are no longer going to be landing in VAT USA territory in Winnipeg. So the CTAF rule does not apply. That's VAT Canada, or VAT Can, some call it. Matter of fact, tonight, they actually have an event. Ooh, I may have to be talking to the CEO about that. I've got to find my airplane. Where's it hiding? Oh, there it is. There's like I said, there's rain out here and it was hard to find it. Dashboard. Usually, Canada has an event on Tuesdays. Yeah, the Northern Lights. Ooh. Starts in 3 hours. Wow. Okay. Well, we may look into that once we get up there. Oops, clicked the wrong button. Sorry, folks. All right, I'm going to the live map, see how things look ahead of us real quick. Looking good. Right now, no ATC. Not to say by the time we get there, there won't be. Again, we're just exiting this weather. Obviously, it's not tuned in yet to the default aircraft. That's fine. We could do this to see it, maybe. Gotta find, there's me. And it's not even showing up here, so. Not showing up on the X-plane map means it's, does it mean it's really raining where you are? Inquiring minds want to know. If it doesn't show up on the X-plane map, does that mean it really isn't happening? All right, well, we'll find out because we get up towards Buffalo, they're a little bit more intense. So, but it doesn't matter. At 43,000 feet, folks, we're literally over them. Speed, 0.86. Let's come back to cruise. Now, how do you know you're in cruise? Because I sure can't read that. Right here. CRU will watch our speeds, make sure we're holding good. And we're on our way, folks. I do and have been thinking about this. I just don't know. And maybe you all can hit me in my Discord with suggestions or would like to help. Been thinking about doing a series of videos, either on this airplane, Zebo, the towless Airbuses, the Classic, and the main goal would be to help you all get, and me, let's be totally honest in this equation, become more proficient in these aircraft. I know you all see me a lot in the Airbus and the 737, and the Classic, although the Classic doesn't see much, neither does the MD-11 see as much as those other two, and definitely more time in the TOLUS and the Zibo than the Citation 10. And I know that hawker that's lurking about out there would love to see more of the Citation 10. So there you go, you get to see more. But I have been toying with this idea. I just don't know the best way to go about it. To record it, edit it, get it to where it's very high quality, trainable for the flight sim. So, if you all have suggestions, feel free. Hit me up in the Discord channel and let me know. I'm putting in the invite, so if you want to get over there, help me along in this, because I would really love to try to help you all get, and myself, better with these aircraft. Get more in-depth, get really tight with these aircraft. This one is a fun one to fly. We're doing 0.87 right now. I'm kind of watching that speed. If it gets up higher than 0.9, we'll have to pull the throttles back a little more. But that's my goal. So all the while still looking for a job. So, it is what it is, folks. I do not have the A340-600 there, DB. I have heard how great that plane is. Well, let's be honest, you said it within the first 6-7 words, TOLUS. If it says the word TOLUS on the front of it, folks, it is one dynamite piece of aircraft to fly on the sims. I fly the A321, 320, 319s, and they are just unbelievable. So the 340-600 came, I think, before the A320 Neo and the 321. But yeah, they are it's the only Airbus you own. It's an amazing plane. I've seen it. It's definitely got some legs, and you can definitely fly some serious distances with that plane, folks. And you can fly short with it. I mean, it's not all together for long haul, but for the most part it is. Pull the throttles back because you don't like to go fast. I like to set them where the cruise speed is. If the cruise speed's 60 knots, we do 60 knots. If it's 600 knots, well, we're doing 600 knots. So, all right, folks, and with Cleveland offline, I will be right back. Gonna use the restroom. All right, folks, back with you. Sorry for that delay. Sorry, I don't have any music on. I just saw, okay, we got that one. And fly 1 to 2 hours on all my planes. If I go longer, I forget about while watching TV and end up crashing. You know, I used to, well, I never had the 1 to 2 hour rule there, DB. What I used to have when I was set up in our old house, my flight sim was here, and right to my left was the TV. So I really never could forget. Right now, it's behind me. So, but it is funny you say that, and 200 miles from the airport. So, yeah. Anyway, if you all didn't notice, I'm going to pull it up so you will. The weather is showing up here. Look at this. So that is really interesting what they're doing. Um, I really am liking this 1.0. I don't know if that was something back in the 0.09 or before, but this weather radar is really something. And folks, in a couple of days, we get a good test. Well, the season starts for a good test, hurricane season. And we'll see how they show up. I still anticipate no ill will, Austin, with X-Plane. That it'll only go a couple hundred miles out to sea, however far radars will get and information. That's typical for default sims. Don't care which one you're flying. That's when things like Active Sky, Enviro X or X Enviro come into play to kind of take the buoys and all of that out there into account to put together a pretty good plan out there. So that actually caught me off guard that we actually in the Citation have a working radar. That's cool. Thank you, guys. Matter of fact, I'll be right back, folks. I'm just going to head over to X-Plane and tell them that. I think they had something direct for the Citation. They do not. Thought they did. All right, there we go. I just had to let them know. I'm sure they get a lot of horrible hate stuff in there, and I thought, you know what, they could probably use a little good news today. Great Anne Murray song back in the 70s when we really had the same thing. We could use a lot of good news. We could in our family right now too, but that'll stay there. I'm not bringing that to the stream. But yeah, it's been just about every step of the day has been another gut punch. So, yeah, you know, we have those days, folks. While some of you don't want me talking about it, I do. Thanks be to God to help me and our family through this. If any of you are out there of a praying type, our family could really use some prayers right now. A lot of stuff going on. Just granted, I know we have an hour and 17 minutes to go to get into it. We're not. So, um, just prayers we would sure appreciate. All right, so where are we in the flight plan? Time to get my head back into somewhat of the game, if you will. I lost the plane again, folks, on Sim Toolkit. Where? Oh, there you are. It's hiding. That's never a good thing. I've lost the plane again, guys. Not a good pilot, am I? Oh. Oh, but anyway, thank you folks for being out there, putting up with me, and being a part of flying with me. And Coco Cannoli 13, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. We sure appreciate you. Hope you're having a great day, sir or ma'am. My military ways of old came back to me. uh, One of these days I am going to learn. Oh, I think I got a comment. Oh, wow. Someone's asking me a question. Hey, I'll be honest, I'm not certain right now. Hang on a second. Let me try this. Okay, well, what I did, and I'm going to be honest, I don't remember how this looked before the updates of what's come along. Oh, wait, we're in commercials. I'll answer this. Hang on, let me do this over here. I'll be right back, folks. Good time for a commercial, huh? Wow. And yeah, we were talking. We would have a little discussion. He's a St. Louis streamer just came on. Just wanted to see what was going on. Oh, they're wanting me to share. Huh. Well, let me just do this. I know a couple of ways to get around this one. Screen might flicker on you here for a second, folks. I'm going to do a snip. Okay. That should be the end of that. Sorry about that, folks. All right. Coco Canelo 13 is lurking. Hope to see you back. All right. So let me first put this over there. Now I got to find it. All right. So with that, folks, I am just going to transition in since I do have just a little bit of time here. Bear with me as I find this on my browser. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There it is. I was trying to figure out where is my browser hiding. Okay, so let me. Oh, where did it go? Alright, well, I'll have to look it back up. I lost my video. Maybe something went wrong. Alright, folks, well, we'll get back to that, but we'll talk a little bit about this, okay? How to do this. So bear with me here. Alright, so I'm going to bring Sim Toolkit in. Same time, we're also going to start talking the arrival. Okay? But right now, let's look at this, how this works. Okay, so Sim Toolkit's up. All right, I'm going to bring in my SimBrief account. Okay, now I've got it tied to Sim Toolkit. You can do that real easy right here and just follow along. It's real simple. Like I say, I click here and it shows you where they're hiding. Okay. All right, so once you're in SimBrief, okay, now this doesn't do justice, I know, but here's those items over here, and here's the new one that's come. Performance and tools. Now, let's back the truck up a little bit. So how do we get to that? Matter of fact, we're on it. What am I saying? This is that page. So, giving you, this is what it was like takeoff. Okay. Now, Let's see what happens for landing. Of course, I got to do it again. Okay, so we come down here, find our airplane, which for me is real easy. Then we're in this one. Okay, so we're going to CYWG. Help me out here. What runway? What runway? What runway? What runway? Really doesn't work out, does it? 3-1. Does that sound right? .050 at Niner. Could have a run. I'm gonna still go for it. 3-1, which will put us in a lot of good places for general aviation. So we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna come in on 3-1, the longer of the two runways, more than likely being used for takeoff. But anyway, that's what we're doing. So 3-1. Oh, I put in the right code. I don't even know where CWMG is. All right, we're going to run normal length, feet, pounds, weight. All right, now all I can tell you here, folks, what I do is go back, get my estimated landing weight of 25,762 pounds. 25,762. Where you find that is if you go to, I open SimBrief up in a separate window on top of what I'm running here, view flight plan, and you'll see estimated landing weight. Okay, flaps full, brakes, yeah, we'll do that. Reverse credit, that we don't have any. Add 5's fine, wins. So that's pretty close, actually. Current METAR 050 at Niner 47 works for me. Let's see if we can populate the weather. Okay, temperature 13, 30. Hey, this one worked out a whole lot better than Westchester. Calculating in-flight or dispatch. I think dispatch means if I'm on the ground, in-flight, or on the way. Calculate. Let's see. Choose which reference base you're landing. I'll let you all read that while I am. The controls, whether the actual or factored landing distance will be used when checking if runway length is sufficient, and selecting the brake setting. Okay. Let's go back to calculation mode. Dispatch applies. Okay, I kind of like the in-flight mode. If you didn't read, dispatch method applies a 67% dry runway or 92% wet. It's not 100%, folks. That's way over a margin to the actual distance. So if you're going dry, it's going to be about 67%, 92%, I guess, margins. In-flight, 7-second flare. Threshold, you need about a 1 or 2 in front of that with flying with Mike. From threshold to touchdown, plus an additional 15% safety. So basically, that would be perfect for this runway. 18, I'd land about Q, and all of this extra runway would be factored. Just kidding, folks. All right, so we'll keep it as is. Let's calculate it. All right, so here's what we're getting. VREF 114, remember that's +5. So our approach is here. We're expecting a 3,100 actual distance, factored distance, and distance available for 3. What? Am I missing part of this runway or what? Sufficient. Again, everything you would want. And then, looky here. Shows you how far it should be down the run. So yeah, I mean, there you go. That's how it works, folks. Now, that's when you got the information, you know it. Now, everyone, well, thank you, Coco Cannoli 13 for the very nice stream. I'm gonna have to figure out these new to Sim Toolkit, the arrival and ETE and route. Why don't we have an ETE? Come to think of it. Anyway, I will check it. Looks like we may have to restart Sim Toolkit. All right, now, how do we get this to this point? Because the question over an X-plane is, where did you find your performance information? That was a question. If you go to the xplane.com, I've lost myself. There we are. I think they deleted my picture. Oh, no, they didn't. So, hang on a second. Let me just click disable. So now, how did we get here? Very simple, folks. You go to saved airframes. I'm just going to click new, folks, even though I set these up about a year or two, and I'm pretty sure I worked off of 700 or a 560, something like that. Now it's actually in here. Scroll down till you see all of these citations and Cessna aircraft now. They've been at work. Oh, and the Connie's always been in there. There's the Citation 10. Just click select. Well, that is what, maybe not. This came in as of 7 May of this year. So here's where I get it, folks, right from SimBrief itself. So those of you over in X-Plane 12's Discord, just come over here to the stream. You'll see it right here. I don't want to, I feel, and I know you guys here that are on the stream will say you should do it. I don't like to do plugs. I've given enough plug with my name and Twitch to fight me. So I don't want to do an all-out plug over here. So, but if you come over here, EA Raj, you'll find the C750 Citation 10, which I believe no longer is built, and it's the 700 now, smaller engines. And there you go. Click select and go on from there. Okay, here's my flight plan right now. Oh, something went off. Hang on a second. Something went off. Hang on, things are pinging all over the place on me here. Bear with me, folks. Hang on. Oh, somebody came into the channel. Coco Cannoli, welcome in to the Discord channel. Let me say my hellos. Stand by as I get you fully on. Come on, mouse, play nice. If not, I will install a cat. That should get you going in here, Coco. Thank you so much for coming aboard. Thank you, Hawker, for the greeting as well. And anyway. even know where. Oh, here we go. Oh, well, yeah. I'm not sure why that's not a discussion in general. Anyway. A little confused with them, but hey, it's their Discord. Okay, no problem. Backing out. And going here where I normally sit over just to see when release notes come out. All right. Okay, what mods am I using? Oh, well, first off, the one that's still stuck on the screen. Actually, I don't really use many mods. Probably the only one technically is the Zebo 737. This is the default Citation 10. I need to restart Sim Toolkit. Yeah. Bear with me a second, folks. Got hung up in all of these conversations going on in two different areas and got myself lost. All right. Now let's give it a test. Emergency broadcast system. There we go. There's one good test. That one worked. And all right, Sim Toolkit seems to be working again. Or at least all of its extras. Okay, so we're an hour and 15 minutes out, folks. But mod-wise, I really don't. Sceneries, basically what I try to do is fly this as close to default as possible, minus the 747 Classic, Flight Factor 767 and A320, Tollus A319, 320 Neo, 321, and what else am I missing? Zebo, I don't know if I said that, Zebo 737. I think that's all of them. But that's about the extent. Now, I do have sceneries for St. Louis and Philadelphia. I believe Star Sims is the maker. I have the Nimbus Atlanta. Would love to put it from Nimbus in JFK and O'Hare. But frame rates, just default-wise at that airport, get kind of hairy-carry. So that's what's prevented me from adding them. Hope I answered your question there. Buko Cannoli, I like that name. All right, now I'm going to go ahead. Boy, you guys are really being... Man, I hope I can live up to some of this. All right, so we got a few predictions in, folks. I hope y'all enjoy. And in an hour and 15 minutes, we're going to bring this in to Winnipeg. Real quick here, folks, with NavGraph charts. Actually, it's still there. Again, you can put your sim brief right up here. However, this is the airport we're coming in. 31's the runway. There is a D-ATIS here, but I have no idea how to tune it in. I have one for the 48 states. Winnipeg, you know, is just right across the border. And, oh, that's Canada, folks. And for those interested, I'm still kicking it around. There is an event tonight in about 2-ish hours up here in Canada, the Northern Lights, I believe they call it. And Calgary, Edmonton, and Yellowknife are the big airports of it. So, all right. Oh, I lost myself. There we go. As we head towards Sault Ste. Marie, we got a couple more fixes in between, but we're headed, Sault Ste. Marie is right here. Then it's across Hudson Bay to Thunder Bay. And then we'll be beginning to set up for our approach into Winnipeg. So again, thank you all for being a part of Flying with Mike. Pleasure. Trying to get my mind back just into the stream and not wandering about all the Discord channels and getting into... All I wanted to do was explain thank you. And yeah, that didn't go well. Part of the day. All right, so Sault Ste. Marie is 112.2. We're not going to worry about dialing frequencies and we just know it's coming up. Okay, so for the arrival, the Norak 4 arrival will bring us in from GOVIT. First off up here, got a D-ATIS. Again, wish I knew how to tune it. 784 feet above sea level. And this is an RNAV or GNS equipped approach. 3,800 feet. So long as we don't go below, is safe for 100 miles from the airplane or from the airport. All right, so GOVIT. All right, aircraft, let's see. Nope, that's not mandatory. Aircraft planning, RNAV C18. Nope, aircraft planning 36. No, and none of this applies. All right, so that's always great. Descent planning, well, we're not allowed to descend, folks. But if we're going to land 36 or we're going to land 18 or 13, I will be right back, folks. Wife's getting a call. All right, folks, sorry about that quick runaway. For those new to the stream, I share the streaming office with my wife's office here at the house. She is still blessed with working at home. My microphone should be on. Yeah, I mute myself, and I was just trying to go through showing you while I had to be muted. She works for a big university here in the St. Louis area, and the conversations she has with students and or faculty doesn't need to find its way. You know how that works, folks. Whisper in my ear. Anyone remember that comment from far, far, far ago? Yeah, microphones pick up everything, and I try not to let that happen. So when that phone rings, we go silent immediately. So it could happen to where it sounds like I kept my mic muted. So, anyway, we're going to come in off GOVIT to NORAC. We're coming in on runway 31. So we'll be below 11,000. Oh, you saw nothing. Okay. Max 250 knots. Okay, so we'll have 21 miles to be above 3,000 feet at MUSIM. And then we join whatever approach we decide to shoot here at a maximum of 200 knots. We'll be probably a lot slower than that. All right, so what I was saying before is it's kind of funny. There is nothing down here telling us. Yeah, you won't hear nothing. Anyway, there's nothing for runway 31 here, so. All right, now let's use NavGraph here, charts, to choose our approach. We have 15 available, ranging from an ILS to an RNAV to another RNAV. Let's see. Let's see what the RNAVs look like. Nope, don't want that one. Oh, no, we're going right into MUSIM, so we'll do that. We could do that. We just crossed, by the way, folks, the aircraft banking, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan / Canada. One of those right on the border. So, let's take a look at the ILS. All right, we're going to do I think the Zulu to ship, if it'll let us. It is not. Wow. Well, we'll just do the ILS to tear me, which should encompass that. All right, and then, yeah, you can see it should encompass it, so we'll woulda, shoulda, woulda. All right, so that's our arrival, folks. ILS 31, real quick across the top, 110.3. We'll make sure it gets set. Final approach course 315, tear me. 2,420 feet MSL. The bold is MSL. The bracketed is above ground. Remember, the airport sits about 784 feet above sea level. Our runway about 7 feet lower. All right, we got about 45 seconds there, subscribers, to when the ads will end. So we'll give it that, and then we'll finish this up, set the FMC, and recheck our performance information coming into Winnipeg. All right, according to my screen here and my laptop, which is does not have my account information on it, we are out of the ads. So we'll pick up where we left off real quick. 110.3 IHV for the localizer, 315 for the final approach course, and 2420 right here at Terme. That's 1,643 feet above sea level. All right, now I brought up the PFD display just to kind of help y'all along. This is your MSL. AGL usually pokes its head in here or somewhere in this area to tell you. That would be your radar altitude. So we'll set the reference here, our decision height, once we get down to the bottom. I'm going to leave that up for now. All right, so we're going to come into Musham to Terme and straight in. We'll be 5.5 miles out at Terme. Again, 2,420 feet above sea level. I wish more U.S. Charts had this on it, so if the glide slopes out, even if it's not, it still tells you, well, if you're 10 miles out, which is what Musham is, 3,850 feet. When you're 5 miles out or 6 miles out, you see, it's telling you, giving you an idea where you should be when your DME and all is reading. So I kind of think that's cool, you know, whatever. So we're going to come in at or above 3,000, down to 2,420 at Terme, sorry, and then follow it in. Currently, I'm thinking 637 feet a minute will give us that 3-degree slope. More importantly, I'm thinking about 2 minutes, 27 seconds from Terme to the missed approach point. So if that timer goes off, you don't see the runway, away we go. However, today's weather, sunny and 70. No, winds are 070 now at 9. Variable 020 to 090, 15 miles visibility, and temperature 14 degrees. So we're at least in the 60s, maybe 70s. So really a pretty good day. Broken clouds. How did I miss that? At 2,500 feet. Now that's our ceiling, which is when we get down here. But this is what you look for. So we got plenty of room breaking out of them clouds to not be worried about this or the visibility of a half mile or greater. All right, arrow. You know what? Let's just do radar. Oh, no, we'll do barrel. And that is what, 9? Oh, you dummy. You hit the wrong one. That's why the altitude went squirrely, folks. (980 feet). Okay, reason being, I can't pull it up to 77, but I can do 980. Round up. Don't go below, folks. You need to be at that altitude. So 980, we're going to get the word either minimums or a tone, something to alert us we're there. All right, and there you have it, folks. That is our arrival information. Done. Thank you. Let's try something here. Being this is all new. Yeah. All right. I'm part of another virtual organization, Virtual American. That CEO, with help from SimBrief, was able to ask, and SimBrief delivered this little chunk of information right here. It's a neat, I mean, granted, this is up in the top, yes. Would have been neat if this could have been filled in, flap stave, but it tells you your passengers, 6, how many are on laps, crew, and your total SOBs. When you do your sim brief, folks, you're only getting your passengers. You're not getting all of it. So it's just a little level he added to a cargo and all of that. However, from here down is your performance information. Landing data. So right now we're planning 3-1. Temperature, wind, okay, it's showing QNH and so forth, providing us with a lot of information. ILS 1030. All right, so we're going to be, excuse me, folks. Oh, you got to love it when the nose decides it wants to drain right then and there. All right. So our VREF of 114 will have 2,900 feet, 3,700. So we're looking pretty good. All right, let me close that out. We'll get rid of charts. All right, let's get over here now to the FMC. Of course I'm going to pull it out. Okay, now let's go to nav, arrival, runway 31, but we don't have our approach. Oh, we do. To a point. ILS Zulu. Sorry, folks, had to look. Okay, so let's make sure this is right. Sorry, folks. So we're going for the GOVIT, Star NORAC, forward arrival, GOVIT transition, planning, Tarmy, ILS Zulu, runway 31 at Winnipeg. Oh, I hate when I do that. Stand by, folks. Okay. Don't know what that P stands for, and I don't see an activate. All right, so now performance, landing, 3-1 Yankee, page 2, and page 3. 124 is our approach speed, 119 is our landing speed, current white. All right, so we're looking good, folks. Got everything planned in. The only thing I need to do is get down here. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and put in our ILS. Even though we got a couple of VORs to go. What are we looking at? 110.3. Okay, and right now, Winnipeg, for some reason that doesn't sound right. No, it is. That just didn't sound right. 16.7. Okay, dial that. First off, punch that up. 116. We said 7. Right, that's our ILS. That's Winnipeg. I do not expect that to be there yet, folks. I would be shocked if even Thunder Bay is showing up. I'm going to put those over here. 114.10. All right, well, there's YQT. About 112. Let's give it a test. All right, well, I saw the spin, but I don't see. Let's try this. Yeah, I don't show it. All right, well, we thought we'd try. Again, I know we're in FMS up here, so that could have a lot to do with it. All right, so we're on our way, folks. We're 110 miles from Thunder Bay, and we may or may not see more weather. We'll see. I'm just going to center the heading bug. The reason I do that, folks, is if for some reason I have actually passed that first or second waypoint on an arrival, it's a tip for y'all to might want to think about. If that happens, click heading in this plane. It'll write the plane back on the heading that you were. Now, granted, instead of flying the magenta line, you may be over here a little bit. Figure out what you did. And then start angling the plane for where it should be. Go direct to your next fix. You should begin to write out as soon as you get on it. Controllers will know you've done this. But as long as you're right there when it happens, folks, you shouldn't get into a complete 180 heading back to whatever fix, is there. A lot of times that's what happens. Right, we're showing someone ahead of us. Let's see if we can pick them up on Similware. And it's an Air Canada flight headed for Toronto from, wow, all the way on the other coast. It's just escaping me. Oh my gosh, I just went totally dark, folks. Vancouver. I knew it started with a V, I just couldn't figure it out. As I like to say, folks, for those of you new, yeah, we're okay, Honker. We're okay. Just been a rough day, but that's how things go sometimes. All right, so got a lot of rain between us and Winnipeg, but we'll pop out. Should be pretty decent weather. We'll see how Thunder Bay shows up here. Actually, it's showing up, and I'm not seeing any of the storminess that's showing up here on SimAware. Rough. Ah, thanks, Cannoli. We appreciate it. Appreciate the emotes. All right, folks, so 49 minutes. Welcome to Citation 10 flying. It's kind of like flying 747 400s and 800s or dash 8s. Normal cruise speed is 0.84 to 0.86. So you're up at their speed, except you're about 10,000 feet above them. And unfortunately, sometimes that means we're picking up a pretty brisk headwind. Got 20 knots over the nose, so not too bad. Wintertime, that could be a lot. So, as those of you who fly the Cross the Pond event learned, coming east or westbound, brutal, isn't it, folks? You know, when you go eastbound, actually, no, we were eastbound, weren't we, last one? Can't remember. Anyway, yeah, when you're eastbound from the United States over, across the pond to Europe, or Western Hemisphere to the Eastern, because now it's not just Europe, they go to Africa and other places, folks. It used to be just Europe, just the US. Now they've really branched in from South America to Caribbean to the United States and Canada. So really big event now. But anyway, April, oh my gosh, I think they go Eastern to Western, flip it in October back. Or, of course, it would be vice versa. So you're either going to get blessed with a 100-knot tailwind and go, oh, that's really not that hard to cross the pond or the North Atlantic, till you do the reverse and hit that 100-knot tailwind as a headwind. Then you go, my God, are we there yet, Muffy? So that little 7 to 8 hour jaunt just went to 9 to 10 hours coming the other way. So when we doing our 8-hour flight together? Or 18, correction, 18-hour flight together. Don't know, Hawker. Don't know. Just don't know right now. We'll try to find something. I know you really want to do this, and I think more you want to see me do it. I don't think you're going to be around much for it. But we'll see what we can do. Yeah, at least you're honest and admit to it. I don't know, to be totally honest. Well, yeah, technically a 777 or a 787 would be nice, but a 747 would be nice too, 400. But it will go from Toronto to Hong Kong. Wait a minute. No, that was a 777. Disregard. I think I've done a 7-4 from Toronto or JFK to Hong Kong. Don't quote me 100% on that, folks. So we'll take a look at it. Worst case, maybe we'll meet in the middle, and we'll still go long over the Pacific Pond, and maybe to like a Narita or Haneda, and that 767s can hop. So all right, folks, we are coming into Thunder Bay up ahead of us. Let's take a look outside. Doubt we're gonna see them, but you never know. We're passing that Air Canada flight. I really do not like when it does that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not seeing him. He could be in the clouds or mixed in to where we can't see him. Although you would think those yellow numbers would show up. But anyway, folks, we're getting close. So, all right, off of, as a matter of fact, I guess I should figure out a top of descent. Sim toolkit. Placing it before GOVIT. We'll kind of figure this out. Let's see. Come down here. Let's see if I know one of these pages will tell us. All right, showing 224 miles out. All right, we've already done our arrival brief, so we're set for that. I want to go there. Hey, Locke, welcome back, sir. How are you? It's been a great flight. I hope you're doing great. And we're doing fine. We're hanging in there. We've been punched pretty good the last several weeks, including today. Actually took some pretty good punches today, but very busy with finals. Oh, well, right there, that's right there's a task in itself, getting through finals. So wish you the best there, sir. I bet. I'll bet in weeks you haven't flown with a lot of stuff going on with whatever school you're in, be it high school, college, grad schools. Uh, yeah, a lot of challenge there. And folks, I am going to take just a wee break here. I'll be right back. I think my wife had a call. I want to, maybe something we're waiting on, maybe a ray of light after all the gut punchings we've taken today. University in Belgium. Awesome, awesome. Used to fly with a guy on a BMS and go to DCS or not. He's now got his private pilot, possibly instrument over there in Belgium. So, good job. I'm glad to hear you're getting through university over there. Folks, I'll be right back. Hi, folks. Back here. Just wife got a call. I wanted to see where we were, where things were, and thankfully, like I said, could be a ray of light today. Well, you definitely, Felix. Hey, thank you for stopping by. We're always up here and running, trying to be every day. Afternoon here in the States. I'm trying hard to try to get a start time a little earlier, but trying to get up and trying to get all my other stuff done, including job searching and all of that, it's tough to get something going before 12 o'clock our time. But thanks for stopping by. Sorry to pull the rug out from under your hawker. No, I'm not getting DCS. No. All right, so we just came off Thunder Bay, and let me set my heading bug. Oh, this video card. Don't know if it's my video card or X-Plane that keeps poking it around like that, but don't know. Spaceman does not approve. Sorry, I didn't know I had any wind behind the sail there other than the hot air. No, just kidding, folks. All kidding aside, I had way too much trouble with DCS in the past. Hawker, if he would truly admit to it, is also still having a lot of troubles. He's not even gone multiplayer. So, so once he kicks that on, if he can get everything working right, then he'll be in a good shape with DCS. I highly recommend, folks, if I'm not streaming and you're looking for a place to end up, his stream is an interesting one indeed to land on. You will find him either teaching drums, either playing other games, as well as occasionally flight simming. Don't you? And let me add this little tip about him. He actually has a real Hawker 125 corporate jet fuselage in his garage. His plan here someday between now and then is to convert it into a flying simulator and actually streaming out of it. Now, it's not going to be full motion or anything, although that could be neat. I'm pretty sure the wife would get kind of upset with it bumping up and down against the ceiling. He could always just say he's just got some hip-hop music thumping and bumping down below. You know, that might go over. But anyway, he is working on that, folks, so you could catch his progress when you pop in on his channel. He also moderates here, so I'm glad to hear, Hawker, you did finally get multiplayer up and running. I don't listen to hip-hop, folks, so sorry to burst that bubble. I burst many bubbles, folks, and let sails out of a lot of sails. Let air out of all the sails. Just call me. I'll be there, and I can do that. Oh, if it wasn't for coffee, it'd be even tougher. Good to hear, Hawker. I hope you're actually enjoying being able to take any frustrations out with whatever and blow things out of the sky. Folks, DCS is a good combat simulator. I just encountered so many blue screens. If somebody would remember, he lost a hard drive to one of those blue screens earlier on, Hawker, and I'm not playing that game anymore. Aggravation got the best of me there, just like the SIVA issue here. when I fly the Classic, I don't fly with the SIVAs, I fly the FMCs. I just got so, you ever get that frustrated, folks, with an issue? You just never want to go back to it. That's what's happened with both DCS and the SIVAs on the 7.4. It's nothing against Fearless. They probably work fantastic. It's just what happened long ago. I just don't want to deal with those things. Life is hard enough. I just trying to get through day by day, especially right now. So hey, you're 100% right there, Hawker. Could have been a bad hard drive. 100, we'll technically never know. But yeah. So again, that's where my reasoning is. So that, and I'm an old dog, and it's getting harder and harder to teach the old dog new tricks. Although I learn a new trick or two every day, it seems like, on Twitch. Oh, geez. All right, well, let me tune in Winnipeg. I think we're in range. Is that 1410? I got to go back to my charts. Sorry, folks. 15. Oh, Winnipeg's over on COM 1. Okay. Nav 1. Okay. Oh, no, it's not. Heck, 16.7. All right, now let's see. Okay, we're 200 miles from GOVIT. We put this one away. We're 130. Now the thing is with this plane, folks, if I've done some of the homework for it correctly, I'm going to go back. Oh, a new version. Hang on, reloading. Oh, you know what? I'll bet that new version's what turned off Sim Toolkit earlier. All right, now it just hit my desktop. Okay, new flight. What am I doing? Here. I'm just wanting to see what the general. You know what? Let me try that. What the heck? Okay, so they're saying the descent profile is a 3,000 feet a minute descent. All right, so I'm not really 100% sure. I know 2,300, so we need to be under 11,000 feet from here. So that's stand by, folks. I need to check in with the CEO. All right, folks, we're back with you. 43 minus 11 is 32 times 3. We're pretty close. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and start our descent. Oh, we're going to have this kind of fun. See, sometimes it'll roll down, sometimes it won't. Oh, I think we went minus. Oh, I see what it's doing. Let's go to 9,000. How far off Norwalk is this? To 3,000. Actually, I'm going to go ahead, set it for there. And yes. Okay, folks, we are starting our descent. Goal is to just be below 11,000 at 250 at NORAC. USIB above 3,000, no faster than 200. Actually, I think I'll set 11,000 right now. That way, you don't mess it up. Actually, we just have to be below. Okay, see how it works out. All right, descent. Altimeters will set at 18,000 feet. Landing briefings complete. Seatbelt signs will turn on. Strobes. And interesting, they turned their strobes, they say, it looks like, off at 10,000. I'd love to get my hands on the real thing. Not the real plane, just the real checklist. Although flying in the real plane would be really cool. All right, folks, so we are descending at approximately 300 feet a minute. Or 3,000 feet a minute. Sorry about that. I just realized what I was saying. Didn't think we'd see Austin back there. That's usually in the default version. But there's top of descent right there, folks. I am not certain how that'll work out, but I'm hoping we'll be in a good place by Norick. All right, folks. All right, and also when we come over NOREC, I may take over and hand fly this. Just looking ahead here. Oh, okay, GOVIT, okay. And to just hand fly this, not hand fly, but with the autopilot, get her on the ILS, coming down, maintaining speeds and all of that. Hoping I actually have the spoilers. I didn't even think about that, folks. It's like the spoilers are down. I still have them armed from takeoff. But the airport we took off from, I did mean to tell you all this. There are several Citation 10s based there. You would expect with New York City, the Hamptons nearby, although the Hamptons may park elsewhere. But a lot of big names have aircraft there, and they own Citation 10s. So it's kind of now, maybe fractionally, but they may own them. I don't know how people can own something like this and it's sit for a while. Granted, they have the money to travel, but if it sits, I just can't just see the justification. Again, that's my side of the fence looking across their side of the fence, so it's just tough to see, if that makes sense. And I'm not here to do any kind of crazy, but that's because they're super rich and then you're this. No, 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 that's not where we're going with this. It's just, it's hard to wrap your head around what they're able to do. And it would be hard for some people even to understand that what we're able to do. So it's just interesting, especially owning a $30 million plane. That's what I believe the last I heard these things run. So it just, that plane to me has got to fly every day in my mind. Else, other minds, I don't know how that works. I mean, look at John Travolta. He had a 707, folks. Matter of fact, he may still have it, plus another jet. So, am I going to sit here and say, how do you, hey, power to you, you know? You earned it with what, I mean, what he put on the screen, he earned that aircraft and what he's accomplished with it. So, it's not for me to sit back and say, shame on you. We don't know the whole picture, folks. All right, so the terrain radar is still not picking up anything. I don't think it will. I think it's pretty flat country here. Duluth Fly would be the one to give us a little insight into possibly the Winnipeg, Canada area. He would be the only person closest to the Canadian line that I know. And even that is still quite a ways away. Been into Canada. Boy, I was close in that area to going into Canada and Manitoba. Delivered a load to Grand Forks, North Dakota, folks. Way up there in the middle of nowhere. Matter of fact, funny story with that load. I came off, and I'm used to Air Force bases, folks. I'm an Air Force brat. I expect, you know, when you see the gate for an Air Force base is right there, right? Wrong. Grand Forks Air Force Base was 10, 20 miles west of the gate, maybe further. You couldn't see it, folks. trucks, but the gate was right there where I came off the interstate, hung a left to the truck stop, which actually was just north of where I was delivering on that frontage road, which that was weird. But yeah, the Air Force Base was like 10, 20, 30 miles away from the gate. I heard Minot is the kind of the same way. I'm just like, what? So that's a lot of territory they've got to take, they have. So, but you could not see the base at all. Matter of fact, I'm trying to think if I even heard an aircraft fly overhead. So, just kind of an interesting thing. So, don't expect to always see your Air Force Base. Yeah, I used to live right by Wright Pat. Boom, gate, boom, you're right in on the base. Scott Air Force Base here. Oh, there's the gates. Oh, yeah, you can see the base and all the airplanes. Not out there. The closest would be McGuire, now with Fort Dix and Lakehurst. Now, granted, you still see the base from the gate, but if you go into Fort Dix, there's an actual state route you drive through, folks. There's no fencing. So, where's the fort? Kind of close to where's the meat. I know. Wah, wah. That just blew my mind away. But I thought for sure I was going to head up to Canada for a load, turn around, come back, deliver it in the States or somewhere in Canada. I don't even remember if we were allowed to do that back then. This would have been in the 90s. I know I did cut through once from Buffalo to Port Huron to make a delivery, but custom rules, when it comes into freight and all of that, I don't know that much about it, especially now post 9/11. All right, 97 miles from GOVIT, and we're going to have to level off. How about we level off and let's bring it up. My vertical speed. All right, we're getting there, folks. We are in the clouds. I'm going to go ahead and kick on some All right, we'll just be safe here as we're flying through, as we are way down way too quickly. We should have probably waited till top of descent. Interesting clouds. All right, let me go ahead, grab us an altimeter. How about 3024? All right, that's gonna settle us in a little better. All right, so we're cooking along right now at 11,000 feet, 300 knots. Still got ways to go to GOVIT. Like I said, started that way too early. We're 70 miles still from it. My bad. Yeah, they can get their business meeting put together a little better in the back there. Hang on a second. I'm looking at something here. Because the way Grand Forks sat, folks, part of the city was in Minnesota, part of the city was in North Dakota. And yeah, there's the interstate right there. Oh, holy mackerel. Huh. Interesting. Interesting indeed. All right, I was just reminiscing, if you will. All right, so the headwind is eased on us. We're down to about 5 knots, if that. We're pushing through this cloud and closing in on GOVIT. Okay, let's one more time descending. We've got our transition altitude landing briefing. Seatbelt signs are good. Strobes, make sure they're on. Windshield, engine, probe heat. Okay. Sorry about all that bouncing. I'm going to go to ignitions to normal as we're going through all of this too, just to be safe. All right. All right, folks. Well, we are just about there. We're looking at about 20 minutes to our arrival. I wish I could say I'd have planned this. I get these descents so screwed up all the time, folks. The good thing is we're at 11,000, which is what uh, the descent Noric requires us to be at. And from there, it's 21 miles to get down to 13,000 feet. Unfortunately, we have another 30 miles after GOVIT to get to Noric. Then we'll start our descent. And we'll have slowed to 250. So I really hope y'all have enjoyed the flight today, the stream as well. Hope the information was good. And trying to keep it as upbeat as possible, folks. Like I said, a lot just hitting us right now. It's very challenging. Let's put it that way. But streaming just helps a lot, if not maybe just the flying. But the fact I get to chat with you all come back at me. I appreciate it, and really do appreciate y'all. Even those out there lurking, we appreciate you. So, matter of fact, I have yet to check to see who's all out and about. All right, let's take a little walk through the whoa. Interesting. Didn't expect that. try this. Yeah, I really didn't expect that, but that's cool. Really, thank you all for being a part here. And as we get through the ads. All right, whoops. Let's get over here. We are still on VATSIM, by the way, folks. Hope you all get up and flying. That's our other motto here. We're here to help get you up and flying. We actually have a few people who have achieved their private pilots, including me, a long time ago, but yet I can still say I have one. Along with a couple learning the instrument. I think we got one about to take their uh, uh, certification flight. Don't quote me, but I thought that's where he said he was going. So that is awesome. Instrument flying, folks, that is tough. Well, think about it. Okay, we fly into this cloud. Now, granted, this is a sim, folks. Does it matter if there's anyone else on the other side? No. But in the real world, now in this airliner or in this corporate jet, yes, we have this thing called TCAS. Some people have it in their little planes, some don't. So learning, okay, we just lost out there that we got to focus now on this gauge, well, this gauge, it's everything right now is autopilot. But if you were hand flying, you've got to maintain yourself on your course because there could be a plane right here, right above you, right below you. So you got to fit right in there, folks, and follow directions because you can't see. You wouldn't see an airplane over there or over here. If there was one out there, one over there, you wouldn't really see it. That's visual flying, folks. That's what me as a private pilot can do. But learning to fly your instruments, that gets really tough. And then how to fly some of these approaches, and you learn them, they become like they're real easy. The toughest one to me, you all may say is the easiest, is the NDB. You got to factor the wind. You got to factor the wind on all of them, but that one most importantly, because the needle points to the station, whatever you got tuned in, irregardless of the wind. So if you fly that needle pointing to it, you could literally come in at it 90 degrees off your course. Exaggerated, yes, but you get the point because the wind is pushing you and you're not compensating, where the VOR compensates for the wind. To me, it felt like to some degree, but I've been told it does. But again, I was a private pilot, VFR pilot. Visual flight rules. Instrument rules, folks, you got to be able to fly in those clouds right below us. So my hat off to you guys after your instrument tickets. Good luck. And like I said, I think we have a user about to get his certification flight, and that is awesome. Okay, just about to GOVIT, folks. We should have been descending in over this. I had a bad feeling I was descending way too early. That's okay. The good thing is, in the back doesn't know. They're too much amongst whatever they, unless they're a true aviator, they would not know. Plus, with the clouds, they wouldn't know. What I am going to do, though, is dial the range one back. All right, I want to check something here. Okay, fuel boost, do we need that on? Yep. Let's go to norm with it. Okay, and we're set to go, folks. All right, I'm going to dial in the range over here too. All right, we're finally over GOVIT, folks. And folks, I put a message up if you know, you just tuned in, you like what you see, and the commercials seem to be coming up too often. I try to keep them at a minimum, folks. I think we're right now one break every hour, but I'd have to check my settings again, folks. What I was striving for, every 20 minutes, a minute break, and I know we're going longer than a minute. But anyway, if that's too much for you, you know, one way around that, folks, is you could subscribe to the channel, and that will provide you ad-free viewing. And yes, we do make a little money off of that. We also make money off the commercials. So, I mean, they're not a bad thing. They do help the streamers, probably a wee little bit, not enough. But that's Twitch, however Twitch wants to do it. But you can support us with just a simple subscribe. Biddies will not, unfortunately, make it commercial free. Donations won't either, but by subscribing would make it commercial free. So we thank you so much, though, for those who have gone that extra step. By no means are we telling the rest of you followers or those tuning in, you have to. No, that is a decision you have to make. I am not going to force it down your throat. Matter of fact, this first time I've mentioned it. So, but I just wanted to let you all know there is a way, and that's your avenue. So others will tell you that another way. I don't know it, don't want to know it. I just go by what I'm told by Twitch. And since they're the ones hosting me, I work within their framework. So thank you, folks, for those who have, for those who follow. Thank you so much. We love our followers here. You guys are the backbone. The subscribers help us out monetarily, but you guys in the followers being here all the time, God bless you, and thank you so much. Just really appreciate it. All right, so we are now pressing to our oh, hang on, lost it. There we go. So we're pressing to NORAC. Got to be below 11,250 knots. So it is time to slow us down. Seatbelt signs on. Okay. Slowing to 250, folks. And there will be, at the end of this stream, we will terminate. We'll come back if we're able to do the event, the Northern Lights event that VATCAN puts on, VAT Canada. Again, with all that's going on today, the fact we got one in, especially this long of one, is great. And I'm glad for it. Like I said, when we come off Norwalk, we need to be on a heading of 273. Go ahead, set that in. Boy, they sure don't make these numbers easy, do they? Okay. Okay. Getting our power back up, get our lights on. Okay, we're 6 miles from Norwich. Let's go ahead. You know what? I'm going to dial it one more. We better keep it there. Okay. Now, again, folks, we're not in VAT USA territory now. So we are not obligated to drop on to CTAF. That is just down in the lower 48, possibly Alaska, Hawaii, and Puerto Rico. Don't quote me on those. Those are technically not VAT USA, although they could be in ways related. So check with them to find out. Your CTAF, all you would do in your client that connects your SIM to VATSIM, type .ctaf space the 4-character identifier for your airport. Say, for instance, it would be Charlie, help me out here, Charlie Uniform Whiskey Golf. Sorry, folks. May 59 be better for you than it has not been for me. All right, there we go. So, here we go to heading, nav, and I am going to set our 315, I believe, was our heading. Yes. Get our course set in here. Okay. And we need to be descending. Again, maximum speed at our initial fix MUSIB, MUSIB 3000 is the altitude 200 by MUSIB. Okay, latest METAR real quick. We're still broken 33, so we're still marginal VFR conditions. All right, and all right, we're descending in. Ten 30. All right, here we go, folks. Okay. Okay, we should be joining here any second. We are slowing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull our speed brakes in. Here we go, joining the ILS, the localizer. And Winnipeg traffic, NetJet 572. WOZEE in the initial fix 431. Don't have the runway yet. Real quick, our speeds. Wait, I don't see the runway. Do you all? Oh, it's right in front of me. I got it. All right, let's get a flap. All right, here's one of those. Don't know what just happened to cause us to go off course. That's why you constantly watch. Airplane's mine. Currently, flaps are 15. Flaps full.
1000. Glide slow.
Okay, flaps are full, spoilers should be armed, seatbelt signs on, and we're coming back on approach. Winnipeg traffic, NetJets 572, short final 431. Okay, landing.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
All right, folks, give me a second here. Let's see which way we want to taxi. Let's go over here. Yeah, let's go over here. We'll stay away from the military ramp. All down there is military. I don't know if that means it's up here too, but we're going to turn this way. And, oh, sorry, folks. And Winnipeg traffic, NetJets 572 off runway 31 to the ramp. All right, hopefully we're in a legal spot in the real world. If not, welcome to Flight Simming, folks, where we take some liberties every now and then. Okay, our brakes are set. Do this real quick. All right, we'll get rid of navgraph charts. All right, let's see. Somebody flying with Mike, one with 250, 268. Boy, who fed me that information? Thanks for supporting Flying with Mike. Thank you so much for that there, Hawker, with all the hypes. Appreciate you. All right, let's get this bird shut down, shall we? Taxi lights off, spoilers. I don't even know if they ever deployed. I don't know. Doesn't look like it. So we're just going to push the lever forward just in case. Hang on a second here. Okay, what was I working on? Flaps, spoilers, fuel boost switches to off. Shin to off. APU's running generator. Let's check. Let's get that in. Gen anti-ice off. Window heat off. Off. All right, so here we go, folks. Let's see what happens. Well, that went well. See, there's. Think we got them locked in finally. Okay. Heat windshield, APU generator on. Okay, I think we are in a position where that's off. Okay, let's go ahead and flip the avionics off, leave the ECAS on, and folks, we're here. Welcome in. Thank you for flying with us today. Thank you for being a part of the stream, more importantly. We sure appreciate y'all. Let's see, generators off. All right, so let's take a look at this real quick. According to All right, I do know this aircraft bounced slightly. Mac Air is who we were flying for. And folks, if you are looking for an airline, they are a phenomenal one. You can fly just about any airplane for just about any airline livery within their schedules. Pick it. You pick the airplane livery and airplane, you can probably find a schedule pretty close to it. But anyway, in all of their technology and all of their great websites and Discord channels, we popped a -1 flight feet per minute landing on theirs. Oh man. Yeah, I'll take it. That is awesome. All right, let's take a look at it on Sim Toolkit. All right, so you can see it there, 268. It has been recorded as NetJets. I just use that, folks, because it's one I know. So let's view the details real quick. 2-hour, 50-minute flight, 1,100 miles, 2,500 kilograms of fuel, 1.3 on the landing, 268 for 103 knots. Not bad. Let's see how the overall look. Now, we knew a long landing was coming, although not outside the landing zone. 2,500 feet down the runway, 7 feet off the center, and pretty good metrics all around. So, really a great landing. We'll come back to that after the break. Shouldn't take too long here. And then we'll do a recap. But let's let these people off the plane. The plane. Probably parked in the wrong spot. But that's okay. Welcome to Flight Simming, folks. 101. Never know where we're going to park. All right, again, a nice shot of the Citation 10 as people are coming out of the break. My computer's already out of it. I don't know if yours is, but in 30 seconds, we should all be back. All right, we should be coming back live with everyone in 5 seconds. So we will try to do some replays of this landing. Oh, floating building. Didn't even notice that. All right, everyone should be back. Yeah, we got a floating building to some degree. Let's back out a little. Hang on. Huh, interesting how that's floating. I'm not sure what they were going for here, but anyway. All right, so real quick, the final recap here at Sim Toolkit. All right, come on. There we go. All right, so you can see where we landed. Not bad, folks, even though we were very high. We actually got in a pretty good groove. We ended up parking here, and I really don't know where here is. Something tells me we should have parked maybe over here somewhere. I don't know. No idea where the GA parks here, folks. We just took a stab here. I do know this is military here. What they have assigned here at Winnipeg, no idea. It's like something could be on alert, the way this looks. But anyway, so there you have it. Now we're going to try and go to rewind. And please, if you forget to disconnect from your, off your pilot client text to VATSIM, it'll automatically disconnect you. My bad. Let's do it. All right, here we go, folks. we go, folks. See how high we are. All right, so here we go, folks. This is a great tool to show you how you did on your approach. Wow. That was a really good landing, folks. I think Mac Air was on to something there with the 1 foot a minute. The Hawker 125 view, folks. Actually, not a bad approach, folks. Here, let's take a look from the cockpit. Right there, folks, was your visual aiming point. But your landing zone ends right up in here. This doesn't have all the markings, but was up here when I looked at it on Sim Toolkit. Not bad from the cockpit.
10,
If the customers were paying attention, let's see what they got to see. Little thump. Towards the city. Like I said, I truly do not know where GA parks here. Nice landing. All right, let's take a look one more time. Now let's see what we can see from probably the best view of all, the tower. Hopefully we get a good view. Little fighter action there, folks, keeping that nose wheel up. Anyway, folks, welcome into Winnipeg. Want to say thank you for flying with Mike for this flight. Not sure, like I said earlier, if we'll fly the event up here in Canada, which should be starting here. Checking right now. The Northern Light Tuesday in about an hour or so. So who knows? Maybe we'll see how my evening looks, folks. It's been, like I said, a rough day here, and I want to thank you all for putting up with me saying that all day long. But thank you for being a part of Flying with Coco Canola 13. Welcome into my following. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hawker, for graciously moderating today. And folks, thank you all. DB Vetter, all of you all that came in, either announced or didn't announce. If I miss your name, thank you so much. Folks, we are going to look for someone to hand this over to on Twitch. But for now, it doesn't look like we have really much choices. So, folks, we're just going to call it for now. And like I said, if we're able, we'll be up for the Canadian Northern Lights event. Y'all, thank you again. Y'all have a great Tuesday. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow.